move on now. Nigerian film industry, popularly known as Nollywood, has experienced tremendous growth and transformation over the years. Nollywood has evolved into a global phenomenon, producing thousands of films annually and providing entertainment for millions of people around the world. Nollywood is one of the largest film industries in the world, producing over 2,000 films annually. The industry has attracted investment from both local and international investors, leading to an improvement in the quality of films produced. Nollywood films are now shot on high-quality equipment, featuring actors and actresses, and are edited using state-of-the-art technology. Nollywood has had a significant impact on Nigerian culture and society. The industry has provided employment opportunities for thousands of people, both in front of and behind the camera. Now, despite its growth and success, Nollywood still faces several challenges. One of the major challenges is piracy, which has been a long-standing problem in the industry. And of course, we'll be having one of Nollywood's finest actors. I mean, he is also a movie producer. Talk to us about a person who has embodied several characters. Ndike especially is the one I love. Lateef, Adedimeji. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
It's good to have you join us.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much for joining us.
I'm honored to have you on set, but I want you to respond to us using Ndike's voice. What?
Okay, it's fine.
Yes. Yes, set his
whichever way you got it here, I will give it to you. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's good to have you on set.
Thank you.
And thank you for gracing our studios and your studios. Now, talk to us from your perspective. Getting into the industry, I know growing up you had seen how Nollywood evolve over the years, and you desired so much to be a part of it, of course, and you're a part of it now. But from your perspective, what would be your perspective of Nollywood's growth over the years?
It's been amazing.
Right.
You know, I'm a fan of saying we are not where we used to be. You know, then it was just us wanting to just produce film. And now it's not about just producing film, it's about producing film with quality. It's about producing film the way it ought to be done. We are not doing it the way Hollywood is doing it, but we are as close as we can. Now giving attention to details, paying attention to details, not trying to rush production, give it time, allow it to flow the way it should flow so that we can have a good film at the end of it. Or post-production has been amazing in recent times, you know, giving film a post-production span of like 6 months before the film can get ready. Unlike when you produce film and then in 2 weeks it's out. Yeah. Now, you know, it takes months to get all of this done and then come out with quality. So the growth has been amazing. That's
quite interesting. But then looking at you as a person, you know, there's this versatility, this blend of character, you know, switching roles just like you did now, and then you speak in fine English. So would you say the richness of your understanding of Yoruba culture has actually helped you to have this fine blend, you know, when you act, yes, this is Lateef Adedimeji as a Yoruba actor, and then you switch role again. So what is that thing that drives you? What is that thing that motivates you as a person?
Basically, it's, I take acting is more like a religion to me. So I take it just like I take my religion. So, so it's more like you giving your all to God when you're doing your thing. That's how I give my all to acting. So I avoid the fact that I don't want to be stereotyped. So I try as much as possible to pick on different things at different times, even when I don't need it, or when I know I'm not going to be needing it in another year. But I just try to develop it and put it somewhere. So when you give me a role that tallies with what I have developed in the past, I just need to pick it up. And
when did you develop Ndike?
Ndike has been when I was in my secondary school.
Really?
My dance instructor, that's the way he speaks.
Oh, wow.
Yes, that's the way he speaks. So at some point, I just feel, what is next to do? So on a movie set, I was placed side by side with A-list actors. And they were all going to speak Yoruba. Odun, Okuno, and Sonyeri, and I'm being placed in between them. These people are known already. They were all going to speak Yoruba. How do I do it that they will notice me amongst them? So I was like, this is going to be serious. So I called the director aside and I begged him, see, I don't think I can talk in this place and I'll be seen. No. Give me a chance to use one tongue that I know. So, and he was like, okay, try it. Let's see how it goes. So they just called action, and I did that, and then every other person on the set just burst to laugh, and they were like, where did you get this from? Okay, I think this is nice. And then when the film will come out, that part was in the promo, and I felt, oh, really? People could love it? Then.
That's quite
so that's projection for you, talking about you embody certain characters based on something you've learned over the years, and then you just keep it in a can and wait till when you think that it is necessary. Talk to us about, because those who are up-and-coming actors might learn from this, talking about developing themselves such that they can begin to go back to the reservoir of some of the things that they have learned over the years when needful, when the need arises.
Yes, I'm always a fan of telling people, when you're coming into this industry, don't come with the mindset that you want to be famous.
Really?
Yes, it is very important for you to build your craft. When you build the craft, the fame will come for the craft. Yeah. But even when you keep building the craft and the fame comes, there must be something for you to be able to sustain that fame. And that would be the amount of work you have put into the craft. Like, you know, building different things at different times, following it, and just keeping it somewhere. So when the fame comes, as long as it wants to stay, you can have something you want to keep dropping out at different times, and that way you can stay through.
That's
so
right.
it is very important.
That gives you relevance.
Yes, it's very important that nothing passes by you all of the time as an actor. Pick something from everything.
That takes us to, you know, something. I saw a video of you lately where you're saying people ate a cow in 2 days. And if you don't want to see in your word, piti piti.
Yes.
So you're actually referring to a project. Could you talk to us about this project? Because, you know, it's been making the rounds, really.
Yes. That's my first big screen job, Lisabi.
Yes.
Yeah, so I've not produced any big screen film in my entire career. So I'm always a fan of, when I want to produce eventually, I want to go all out. I want to do it big. So I waited for that time. So at the time I was ready, I was like, okay, let's do it. It was tough, actually. It was tough because it was over 3,000 to 4,000 cast on set. And then we shot for like 45 days. It was tough. And then feeding everybody, lodging everybody was quite intense.
But take us through the process. I really want to understand that toughness you've been emphasizing on. Did you get any support financially? Was this from your pocket? How did you handle it?
This was from my pocket. Because I believe in the fact that when you want to do something, try as much as possible to put your head into it so that you know that this is coming from you, and then you know how to hold on to it and own it in your own way. You know, so it was quite tough because we had to go through the training first for like 15 days before we go into the shoot proper because of the war scenes that are there and the fight sequence and all of that. And it's an original story. Really? You know, it's more like a biopic. It's a story of the Egba warrior that liberated them from the Oyo Empire. So I'm a fan of biopics. I love to tell our own stories because I feel a lot of this young generation that we have now do not know all of these stories, and then we are wearing off of these stories. We need to bring it back. It's more like documentation. We're documenting our own thing so that young generation can always come up, grow up to see this film and then learn what the story is.
Have a sense of history, because a lot of persons have lost touch with history.
And then we need to
and the aspect of telling our own stories, I love that a lot. We have had so many stories told, but not as much. But maybe because it's not profitable as it should be, maybe because a lot of people cannot just connect with it. But from this experience of yours, you know, having to tell an original story, would you say it was profitable at the end of the day, and that it was worth every sweat that you put into it? And then also talk to us about how much you spent.
It was profitable. Profitable at the end of it all. At the end of it all. Because after I did Anyela for Tunde Kilani, that was where that inspiration of telling our own story came to me. Because Anyela too was a biopic. And then people saw the story of this man, and I saw how connected they were with the story. So I was like, okay, If Anyinla is this close to us, now let's tell the story of these heroes that fought for us, and that was how we told the story of Lisabi. It's profitable. I love it. We spent over 350 to shoot Lisabi.
350,000
million. Yes.
Wow.
To film Lisabi. Yeah.
That's quite big. So
is it really big?
No, it's quite. I said quite big. It's big in this economy
to an extent,
especially because
it's big.
If I don't know how many people were feasting on one cow in 2 days. I don't know. I don't know. But then you were actually warning those who will take this, this work you've done, this intellectual property, and then distribute it along social media, platforms and all of that. And you were warning them, said if they want to see, if they don't want to see piti,
yes,
you dress in a woman, and then what is that piti? And then he's actually going to Netflix. So talk to us about that journey. Where is going to be spent?
I know that Nigerians, we love to see our own thing, but we most of the time do it the wrong way. When you want to watch a film that people spent, that sweat and all of that to produce, and you know that it's just a platform that you can see it on, try as much as possible to just subscribe to that platform and see it on it. But putting it on Telegram and now sending it all out is more like killing the strength and everything that we are putting to this work. And for this streaming platform as well, all of these things count. The more you watch, the views and all of this, it counts. It helps. It comes back to the producer of the film as like you had a good film and people loved it. They saw it and they were like, So it's very important. That's how we keep hammering, because Telegram thing is more like piracy. You're just pirating the jobs, and then we should have.
So how have you been fighting? How have you been battling piracy?
Yeah, it's not been easy. When Lisabi, the Uprising came out, there were a lot of it. I had to be looking for numbers of these people that
movie, because of he had already done a similar movie, and then similar faces were also part of the previous movie he had done and this one. Talk to us.
But basically, he hasn't directed any epic film before. Lisabi was the first epic film he was going to direct. Any other epic film was him being on the post-production, because his company, Anti Studios, basically does when it comes to post-production of epic films and all of that. And he does a good job. Right. So at the time I wanted to do Lisabi, I thought of who can I collaborate with that will bring this vision that I have. I'm seeing it through my own lens. I want somebody else to see it through his lens as well and see how we can bring it out in a good note. And that was why I walked up to him, because he is an editor. And then bringing an editor to direct your film is an added advantage, because already he has a picture in his head.
So, talk to why should someone like me watch it? Because we've read, storybooks and all of that, and those who are not, those who do not have their roots, as a Yoruba person, maybe an Igbo, Hausa, or someone from outside of the country, what is that unique thing that they need to look out for, and the reason why they have to watch Lisabi?
They should watch Lisabi we'll know that when it comes to, because these days we preach humanity, love and peace, oneness. And that is all Lisabi was all about. He wants freedom for his people. You don't want like you maltreating the other person. The same rights you have is what every other person has. So why not do things the way it ought to be done? Whether you're rich or you're poor, treat everybody equally. And then when the Oyo people weren't doing that, he took it upon himself to see that, okay, if I need to lead a war, how do I go about it? First, I need to show people love. I need to bring them together. I need to help them to do their own thing. So when I need them to do my own thing, I know how to approach them and all of that. And that was how he started this cooperative society that they did, and bring them together as farmers, and everybody work on everybody's farm. And at the point they need him, when is your own? He said, no, my own is not farming. My own is us seeking for freedom. And then, people that have supported him, they need to support him. That he has supported needs to support him at that time. And it was easy for him. It was an easy flow for him. So what is important is everybody needs to see this film so that we know that it is high time we all come together as one in everything we do and just project love, peace, and humanity.
Fantastic stuff.
I want you to talk to us about this matter in Nollywood that has generated some controversy. That's about cinema, blockbusters and all of it. There are those who say that some people go behind the scene to pay certain money, settle people. Right. I'm sure you heard about the story, the controversies that happened in December. Right. But talk to us from your experience, being in the industry. Is that what really happens in terms of, we've seen movies gross over 1 billion in recent times, and there are those who have come out to question how possible that is without any support, internal workings or corruption happening. Right. Is that what it really is?
For me, I've not seen if there is anything like that. For me, I know that when you do a good job and you put it out there, people would go all out and watch. And all of those people in the cinema today that are making waves, they all did a good job and they are all doing fine. And then, you know, the amount of work, even after the film, the amount of work you put into PR, publicity and all of that, it all goes a long way. People are seeing all of these things and they will always go out to watch. If I'm not watching for the film, I can choose to watch for the publicity. I can choose to watch for a whole lot of things, you know. And that goes a long way in helping and whoever is doing the production and all of that. So for me, I don't think there is anything like that. Our fans are quite, you know, there is, how do I put them? Our fans are very interesting people. Right. And then if care is not taken, they will just bring up what is not, and then they will create a narrative around it, and then it becomes a problem amongst peers, among colleagues, and
people against each other, which is generating rivalry.
Which is so wrong.
Right, and that's another question I want to ask. Right. Have you found yourself in that situation where now perhaps you have some sort of a rival?
For me, one thing I don't do is I have never seen another person as my rival, and I've never seen another actor as a competitor. What is important is, even the moment you started seeing your co-actor as a competitor, it gives you as an actor, it gives you a problem, because you want to overdo and then impress and then want to outshine the other actor. And when two actors are on set and the other one is outshining,
that happens. Why are you guys on set?
It's very possible. And the other one is outshining. That means it is not parallel. You know, when you're moving, you must move with your co-actor. It is either one is moving and one is dragging one, but both must move.
I guess you guys have a script to that effect. So why should one overshine the other?
It is possible that you can be nervous.
Your delivery.
Yeah, you can be nervous. It can be anything. So you just need to build that confidence in yourself and just understand your character, understand what you need to do, go there and deliver.
So if you look at Nollywood, especially looking at the Yoruba actors, I noticed something which I probably do not like, you know, where there's this abusive swear words that they normally use, and I see some ways that they also self-censor themselves. So where they say some swear word, they just blur it out, even in the subtitling. And even some subtitling would not even represent what they're saying. A lot of grammatical errors, you know, so many errors. Right. What do you think, is there anything that is being done to address this kind of thing? Swear words and then meeting up to standard. You guys are doing fantastically well, but there are some that are still, you know, lagging.
I think a lot of work is being put into that, and then, you know, most of the time when you don't stick to the script that you're given, and then you go out of the script, you are possibly going to say what is not written in the script, and some directors are very strict on that part right now. Go and stick to the script. If at all you want to change anything, tell me the director first. Don't go on set and say what you're not supposed to say, because that happens a lot of the time, and then you just see that you're going out of the message you're supposed to drop, and which is wrong. So understand what the script is saying, understand that scene, understand the message you need to pass in that scene.
There is a message.
Yeah, there's a message in every scene. So understand that message and drop it the way it should.
Okay, I have about 4 questions in one. I don't know how many more minutes we have, but the first one is about piracy, how it is impacting the industry. You have talked about piracy and how I want you to talk about the impact. That's one. Secondly, how perhaps collaboration is helping the industry grow, and perhaps government, you know, also coming in at some point. And then the third one is your faith. You do not hide your faith. That's one thing a lot of people know about you. Is that also playing a role in your choice of roles? Right. As in the roles you decide to play? Does that, do you determine the roles you pick by, okay, because my faith is this, I don't want to play this role, I don't want to do that, I would do this and that. Right. And then I will not forgive myself if I do not acknowledge your wife, your beautiful wife. Adedimeji, by the way. You guys celebrated 3 years not too long ago. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
How do you keep the fire burning between both of you, knowing that 2 of you are in this industry? Now, 4 questions?
Yes. Okay, I'll start from the piracy. It kills. What it does is when you are motivated to do something, and then you see that what you have done that is supposed to be generating a whole lot for you isn't generating a lot for you, it kills the motivation that you have. So I think piracy is something that should be a forgotten issue in this industry. People should please just stick to the rules of doing things the right way and not pirate our films, you know, the way it should not, you know, basically. And then when it comes to collaboration, I'm so big on collaboration. You can't do it all alone. You cannot do it alone. You know, you can have a vision as a story writer or as an actor, and then there are people in the post-production place that you know that this is what they can deliver. And there are people when it comes to set, when it comes to all of those things. Everything has to be a combination of so many brains. You know, when one person does something and then you have a collaboration of 10 people doing just one thing, there'll be a difference in what that one person has done and the same thing that 10 people, you know, put together and have done. And the collaboration is what we saw in Lisabi. And then you see how it came out and then how much people love it.
The role of your faith in your choice of roles?
No, there is, my religion is here and then my career is here. If I'm not doing well in my career, how do I help people that needs my help in my religion? So it doesn't dictate the kind of roles that I will pick. One thing is certain. As long as there is a message, that role is about to pass to people, and people will gain from it, and people will achieve something from it, and people will live a positive life. Seeing me deliver that role, I'm good to go.
And that message is universal, like kindness?
Yes.
Gratitude, love, respect, and all of that?
Yes.
Your wife? You can't forget your wife.
No,
Come on.
That's the engine room.
That's the engine room.
That's the engine room. That's basically my ginger. You know, most of the time when this Iyakweju thing and all of those things, I just do things randomly that I don't notice. But most of the time I don't even know. She's always holding her phone. You wonder what she's doing with the phone, but she's recording me unknowing to me. So when I do things random, she will just record it.
You mean like when you guys are bantering?
Yes, we can just be. I'm a very
dramatic person.
I'm odd, kind of. I can just wake up and start doing something. So she just record. You know, I don't know what I've done, but she will record it and then she will later come back and be like, "Come, that time you were doing your rubbish. Come and see what you did. See this one. Can you build on this character?" That's how she noticed the Iyakweju character. That's how she noticed a whole lot of characters in me, and then she gave all of the clothes I'm using for Iyakweju.
So your home is a big theater.
Yeah, it is a theater. And then she comes up with most of the stories that we write. She writes, amazing. And then she's a story developer. She just comes with it. Mine is go look for money and be the actor and produce this film.
So that helps build the bond.
So much. We are always on point, trying to get things done, at times even when I feel like, I'm tired, I don't think you do it though. You are an actor, you don't know yourself. You are a talent. You have to get this done. And that motivation comes from her all of the time. And then when she said to do ours too, I don't stay back. I just have to go all out. What is important is I'm growing and we are both growing. That's my main point.
Great.
Interesting stuff. So just like your wife is a gentle person, the kind of persona that I see on TV, quite gentle, meek and all of that. But you can be here, you can jump here, you can cry here and all of that. So how do you blend it? You know, sometimes you laugh, sometimes you cry, and then real cry. I don't know, without pinching you, I don't know whether if I pinch you now, maybe you will cry or anything.
No, I can if you want me to.
Oh, do you really want to?
He's already blinking his eyes.
You know, it's more like...
So there is no magic rubbed you know, on your eyes before water rushes out.
So you don't have to think about anything, because I know that I once tried acting.
There are times when you'll be allowed to have to think about something.
Yeah.
But you know, there are times there are factors around you that could make you do all of these things.
Yeah,
because I'm trying to bring it out. You may need to just put your attention on a particular thing and without blinking your eye for some time.
Doctors
and then it's
amazing. Somebody get a tissue.
It's just training.
Amazing.
It's training all the way. And then if I want it to now be more, is when I just try to pick on something and then.
This is amazing time.
Can you cry? You will never.
Are you asking me to cry?
You will never cry. I'm just try it.
Steal my money. You see, and see whether I will not cry. This is amazing. You know, you're such an enigma, and I don't know how to describe it, because I just asked, you know, just funny question, and I thought you would say, yes, I can cry, and you started doing it.
All of a sudden,
she asked the question. She asked about the question whether there's something, maybe melancholic experience that you've had, you know, back in the day, that you flash back to, that triggers this, you know, this tear.
Yeah, at some time, if there is enough time for an actor, for me as an actor to go through that line, I can. But if there's not enough time,
you're still crying. Come on, you're still crying. It's okay.
So there are factors around you that you can just try to learn as an actor that can make you cry. But if I need to do that, if I open my eyes for some time and then I place it on a particular thing without blinking, for a while, there's a peppery thing that starts coming. At that point, you're getting close, but still do not blink. And then when it gets tougher, just drop it once and comes out. They'll beg you to stop in a way, and then at times you may need to just go back memory lane to some things, and then it depends on what role you're playing and what that scene is about that will make you want to go through that lane. Because at times when you get in there, it's very hard to bring you back to life. Then you need to give you.
Tell me how you say no to Mr. Lateef. When he's a go-getter, he's begging you for something, he's asking you for something, I'm not giving you, and he starts crying. Tell me whether you're not giving it to me.
But talk to us. You embody your character, and you have shown us that it is possible if you place your mind on it. Of course, you tearing up just now, it takes focus, and you already know what it is that gets you there. So I believe that you're still aiming for the top, as it is. What are your plans for yourself? And where do you see yourself perhaps in 2025 and in the future with regards to acting?
More productions, more intense production. There's still a lot of stories that I want to tell, original stories that I still want to tell. I still want to go back to those memory lane. We have our own heroes. We need to let people know that our own too, they fought for us and they did well. So there's a whole lot in the pipeline. There's also my film village in the pipeline, and a whole lot of things that we're trying to do. I'm just aiming, I want to be a Tyler Perry of Nigeria. That's my dream.
Fantastic stuff.
Well done, Adedimeji Lateef, and well done to your wife as well. Please extend our greetings to her. She's doing a great job.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay. Right now.